Hey, sister.
Hola.
'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la
La
la
la
la
la
la.
la.
Yes, cheers to a season of joy and giving.
Yes.
It's the time of giving. And I'm just so happy to be in a position to gift, my family with
Mm-hmm.
some things that they really truly desire and enjoy, and they're going to be so grateful for. So I'm just so excited to see their faces when they open it up this holiday season. Now, that brings me to my revelation today. I
Oh Lord.
have I have
Oh
dealt
Lord.
with quite a bit when it comes to the season of giving. It seems as if every time I give, so much of me, things are just taken away.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, not to say that we give for expecting things in return. However, you think the good you put in the world, the good is what you get back. That is not
Yeah.
the case, especially not with motherfucking USPS. Okay, let's talk about it. All right.
Now hold on now. Hold on now. We can't go crazy on USPS. They going
Yes,
through
we
shit.
can because
They going through stuff.
not only am I the one who has a gripe with USPS. I saw that a girlfriend that went to college with us had the same issue. My
Mm.
sister-in-law had the same issue. It's just like a long going problem. And the thing is, I just had a post that I put up on Instagram applauding USPS, asking if the movement to support them was still in action. So I don't want to hear it. I've been doing my part. I have a P.O. box, bitch. Okay. And I was decided to renew it. But now I'm like, is there another system in place that I can use, or do I have to use the USPS PO box? Can I get a PO box at FedEx? Can I get a PO box at UPS? Somebody help me out, please, and comment on our Instagram page, Girlfriends Pod, because I don't know. Okay, now
And
let's
we need
talk
the
about it.
box.
Let's. He has a great box actually. So let's talk about the USPS, bro, because there's no reason why, it's the holidays. And the thing is, let me start this message by saying that whoever receives my package is immensely blessed. And I pray that whoever, is gifted with those things needed it more than me. I'm sure they needed it more than me. But know that karmic return is gonna come back and bite your ass. Okay. And the USPS, the thing is, usually I don't have no problems with them. They drop it off, but around this time, they don't have enough people working, which is the real issue. So they start hiring outside of the federal system, and they have these random people delivering on Saturdays and Sundays. And then they
Mm.
scan a box and then take the box back to the motherfucking truck or their car, because who knows how they're delivering the goddamn mail on the weekends.
Are you talking about USPS or are we talking about Amazon here? Okay. I just wanted to
USPS.
be I just
This
wanted to
was
be
a
clear.
package that my mother crafted together with numerous expensive things. Okay, and to this day, I still don't know if it's USPS's fault, but
Mm.
or someone in my building. But when I didn't see, I
Think
didn't
it's
want to.
somebody in your building.
I don't think so, because I didn't. I initially didn't even want to blame anybody in my building, because the people in my building are very fucking sweet. And when I tell
Mm.
you, literally the next couple of days, there were mad boxes, like huge, a big ass keyboard where you could see it was a fucking keyboard, a big ass box that said nice ass shit on it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm.
it was things that if someone wanted to steal, they would have stole those things. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? Not no random ass box with a Gucci book and some things in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so it was just kind of like, I think they scanned it in. And the reason why I feel like it's USPS is because not only did that happen to me, it happened to my sister-in-law. Her dad sent her something with a bunch of expensive items in there for
Mhm.
her and her son and her family, and never got delivered. I saw
Yeah.
that a couple times on my timeline, and always around this time of the year, people love to steal and love to just thievery. It's like not in
Mm.
the season of giving, okay? Not in this
But
season.
that's when it's most rampant
I
because
know, but
in
it's so
people's
sad.
efforts to give, they feel like all they can do is take from others.
Like,
And
okay, Robin Hood,
I
like,
know
and it's like you don't know who you're stealing from. Steal from the rich ass
exactly.
folks that really got it. You stealing from people who don't really have it. My mom went out of her way to send all of those things. You know what I'm saying? And now I didn't tell her. I told her not to do that. Let me just make it very clear that I told her not
But
to.
she wanted to do something
She wanted
nice.
to do something special, and I appreciate it. However, I just, something told me, no, don't send that.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? And she had sent another package. She sent it through FedEx. FedEx delivered it straight to my door, and they would have called me to let me know that they could. They did call me and told me they couldn't get in the building at first. And I tried to hobble my way downstairs because y'all know. Well, everyone doesn't know this, but neither here nor there. I tried to hobble my way downstairs, and then they end up getting into the building and
mm.
delivering my package at my door. So a kind message to all of you out there. If you are delivering things, I mean, it's a bit late if you are, but if you are delivering anything, I would
Listen,
suggest or recommend you select an outside carrier outside of USPS for the holiday season. I'm not saying
the
don't support
thing is,
USPS. I'm not saying
everybody. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was saying I'm not saying don't support USPS in the future, buy stamps from them, have your PO box with them, and all those things. I'm just saying, be careful how you get things delivered.
Got you. I think valid. But I think also we can't even say go and like use another carrier because everybody is literally swamped right now. Like it's some shit called like because of the pandemic and everything and like them not having enough people. Like, they normally never have enough people for this type of shit for this
Mm-hmm.
time of year. But then you
Mm-hmm.
especially don't have enough people because of like all of the pandemic shit that's going on and the fact that these numbers are high as hell everywhere. And
But it's
so
a more secure, like
right.
you know that
No,
your package will actually land at your
yeah.
doorstep from the
Yeah.
carrier. Now, if it gets stolen from there, it's somebody around your neighborhood, or you
Right.
know what I'm saying. Like, and this is only really suited towards people who live in a building like mine,
Yeah.
where there is no mail room. You know what I mean? There is no, and like I said, it very well could not be. I do not 100% know that it was USPS that stole my package, but I'm pretty certain.
Oh no, they probably sell your package, sis. Like, I mean, it just happens. All I'm saying is that like everybody is already like I know
Swamps,
it's
yeah.
like because normally like last year at this time because I used to work in retail, they were saying like the 22nd would be the cutoff date for you to get something by Christmas Eve at a lot of these places because everybody know you could quickly do 2 day shipping and it will be there in 2 days.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But now they were saying that fucking like Friday was the last day. So that's how you know like folks are already behind. UPS told their drivers to stop picking up from like big box retailers like Nike and and somebody else, but like what was it? I think it was like Nike and H&M or something like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
they were like they've reached a limit.
Damn.
Like because the shit is so like bad. So they're
Hectic.
trying,
Yeah.
yeah, so they're trying to like control it as best as they can. So all this shit is fucked, y'all. If you just gotta take a picture of your gift
Yeah. And be like, it's on the
and
way,
be
which is
like,
fine, which is
it's
also
coming.
fine, which is also fine. It's like that. And that's another brings me to my other point in the revelation is that, though it's a season of giving, we can't stress enough how it's not about the material things. It's
Exactly.
about spending time with your loved ones and sharing that you do love them and you care for them. Because this has been a rough year. People
Yeah.
don't have the money to just be out here giving, giving, giving. I'm fortunate and blessed enough to be able to give, and really I don't have it, but I did anyway.
Right.
Just made a way out of no way as our parents did. So like that was my choice though, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't have it to do that. But that's not the only way that you can give. You can give your love, you can give your support, you can
Mm-hmm.
give a thoughtful card that you hand. Like we got to get back to the basics, okay? Let's get back to the basics.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I have for you today. Hey girlfriend.
Hey, girlfriend, I love that. You took that last part, you just snatched the words right out of my mouth. It's just about being
Thank you.
thankful, child, for where we at.
Because it has been a long fucking year, okay?
Okay.
And it don't seem like it's letting up until the first. And even
And
still,
it's still gonna be going on, but like it's just a mental being able to
reset.
shut off and reset in your mind, like, okay, 2020 is over.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
So
I was just thinking about it. I'm like, I had a rough 2019 for real. So it just
I
seemed
had
like
a
it's an
rough
ongoing,
2018, 2019.
it's just been an ongoing same. It's been an
Yeah.
ongoing stressful time in our mid 20s.
Yeah.
However, we are blessed and we are still here. So thank God for that.
Exactly.
Um,
In the cities and in the fields where we come and where we go. Okay.
where we go.
We cast podcast? Okay.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Girlfriends. It's Sammy,
It's E.
and we're back to talk shit and tell y'all who our WCWs are this week. So, my WCW this week is the legendary and incomparable Dionne Warwick.
Wow.
Oh, was that who you're thinking about?
Yes.
That's
Well, not, but
sweet.
not, no, well, actually, no, it wasn't her. I was thinking of
Oh,
one of the girls from Real Housewives of Potomac, but like, I can definitely co-sign on this.
Dionne Warwick. She just
I'm going to
celebrated her.
sign my name on this card and present this to y'all as a joint effort.
Absolutely. That's totally fine, girlfriend. So she just celebrated 80 years of life.
Wow.
And
80?
yeah, 80. She looks really good. And
I mean, I knew she was quick, but like Dionne Warwick really is quick for 80. Like,
you are out of pocket.
what?
She's quick. Like, what does that even mean?
She is, like, she's quick with it. Like, she just be snapping, you know, like she still got her, you know, like it's not slowing her down.
That don't go nowhere for nobody like Dionne.
You know, sometimes it do go for people.
Look at Dolly Parton. She's 105.
Now you are out of pocket, ma'am.
Ain't she like really old though? Like, she's pretty old.
Don't
She's around Dionne Warwick's age, okay? Isn't she? Let me see how old Dolly Parton is. Hold on. We gotta do a brief.
My phone done died.
You don't need it. That's why you don't need it. Let me see.
I need
Dolly
it to
Parton's
look
age. 74. That's all I'm saying. You round that up really, because she probably
no, you round that down, child. If it's over 5. If it's 5 and over.
I said she probably lying. She probably older than that.
Oh.
You know how they be doing. The numbers be a little off. We don't even know who her husband is, so it's not much truth to the part. No, I'm just playing. I love Dolly Parton. Let me stop. But she does look really good, like, you know, and she's still very active, and it reminds me of Dionne Warwick, who has surpassed her in age, and she's 80, and she celebrated life recently. She did a virtual celebration, which she partnered with the organization to like donate money, and she's actually doing another thing where she'll be performing this Saturday for this like virtual yoga event.
Oh, that's dope.
With somebody from the OJs. Like, it's like, I don't know, I be getting random things. I know I be getting random things in my email, y'all, but I thought that was tight, and that she, you know, is a really big, she has a big heart to give when we're talking about giving. So I felt like that was themed well around this time. And then also, she's hilarious on Twitter. Like, she's my favorite person to follow on Twitter right now, or one of my favorite people to follow on Twitter right now. She is hilarious, and she be giving the current people some their things. Like Zendaya, she recently tweeted about her, saying like she's super versatile. Questlove, she said she has an opening for her son.
Bro.
And just so on and so forth. I mean,
speaking of her son,
who is her son?
I don't know who her son is, but did you see when she was like tweeting at her son, like, call me back? I called you.
No, I didn't. I
called you this many times and you're not answering. Call me back. She had these little angry emojis, and he was like, "Ma, he was like, Ma, I was on a call about this project that we're working on." He was like, "Please stop putting our business out on the internet."
Yeah, she wanted them. She definitely wanted them. She's definitely one of them, and her niece is the one that actually got her involved with Twitter and acclimated to the platform. So shout out to Brittany, her niece, and shout out to Dionne Warwick.
Thank you. It's my favorite follow.
Literally.
My favorite account to follow right now.
Same.
When she was like, I'm gonna say something to all the people who got a "the" in their name,
I cried. And now The Weeknd. And now I'm Dionne the singer.
Right. Period.
Period.
Because that's what she is.
Period. A legend. She really is.
The icon, okay?
Yeah, because I was looking, I had obviously wrote a story about her, and or for her birthday. And I was looking at like her stats though, like Billboard top, you know, between like hella long, like this period of time to this period of time, she was unstoppable. I'm like, no wonder she was talking some shit.
Yeah, she was the black pop star. From the hood, just like Whitney.
Just like Whitney.
Whitney just had like the voice.
Yeah.
She had everything. Like somebody, I
Yeah.
saw someone tweet like, you know, had Whitney not passed, they definitely thought that she could have gotten to like EGOT status.
Oh, for
And I
sure.
totally agree because she could act her ass off. I don't know. Whitney Houston has been on my mind a lot these past couple
I
of
see.
days, just because like this is the time a lot of my memories as a kid go back to like watching The Preacher's Wife, listening to the sound. Like my mom was big on, like she was a huge Whitney Houston fan, so that was like a big part of my
Of the
childhood, you
holidays.
know, of the
Yeah.
holidays of my
Yeah.
childhood period.
Yeah.
Like so when, you know, when Whitney died, like that really, like I was really upset. Like
Yeah.
I was
No,
really
it was
sad.
that was a sad moment for everybody, I feel like, because she impacted so many people.
Yeah.
She didn't get to live through that. Like
Yeah.
Dionne Warwick, God bless her soul, she's here at
Yeah.
80 and able to really see like how things have transformed. I imagine that Whitney would have been in utter shock to see where we are right now, like to
Yeah.
see how far we've come as a society and everything. And
Whitney will also be mentoring these little girls.
for sure, the one, especially, let me not.
Don't you,
I know she would
Lord?
have a lot. I know she would have a lot to say about singing
Yes,
in 2020.
yes, yes. She absolutely would.
Respectfully.
Respectfully, she would be like, you know, I think she has a beautiful voice. Um, but there's something about a vocalist.
Now,
That's how she
Brandy,
would have put it.
she'd be like, now, Brandy,
Oh, that's my baby. I love her.
that's my baby. That's my
that's
baby.
that's my baby.
Yeah, Whitney. But yeah, that's
Yeah,
my yeah,
love that. Love that.
love that.
Wow. So, what you been on? Now my phone's back on.
Let's do music first, but I do have
Okay.
something to add to TV and film this week because I
Ooh.
know, I never do, but today I do. Okay.
It happens.
Sometimes, but like not really anything to like discuss. Like, and I'm really happy that I have something like I really want, like I'm passionate about. But
Mm-hmm.
outside of music, so music, a lot of things dropped that we have to discuss. That I will just kind of make it brief though. First off, let's start by saying "Pick Up Your Feelings" is the best R&B song to drop this year. We're gonna
Period.
continue to stand Jasmine Sullivan.
Period.
Also, Made in Lagos, Wizkid, the one of the best albums to drop this year. Period, hands
Really?
down, top to bottom. I'm not even a huge Wizkid or like the body,
That's what
body,
I'm
body, body.
saying.
Like that Afro Caribbean. Like I'm
Yeah.
not even a huge fan of that. I like it. Don't get me wrong, and especially of when it dropped. Like it's not the time for that necessarily, but this music
Yeah.
makes you feel so good top to
Mm.
bottom. You can listen to this track 14. He has a few features on here from Burna Boy, Skepta, Damian Marley Jr., her, LMA, and some other features that I don't know them, but they're really good on here. All of his features, they just like sit so well, they blend so well with the songs that they're selected on. I really, between Blessed, which is track number 5, and I just really like the whole thing. I also like True Love. That's another pick for me on there, but it's just a really great project, and I had to make note of that. Um,
Okay. Okay.
Young Baby Tate dropped a project. She dropped an EP of 7 songs. She got 2 features, Flo Millie on this like manifestation song called I Am That Bitch, I Am That
Mm.
Girl. Like it's a bop. And then Let It Rain featuring Black is also on there. But this top to bottom, she's showcasing vocal, she's showcasing artistry. She's just a fucking phenomenal
Mm.
artist, and I fuck with Baby Tate the long way. So y'all definitely pick that one up. She actually did it in partnership with Radio with Issa's
Yep.
Issa's label and everything. Um, yeah, so that was a good one that I had to spotlight. This is my friend. He's actually, well, both of them are my friends, but he's actually featured on Jack Harlow's project, which we have to talk about. But I'm gonna talk about his project first.
Mm-hmm.
Not featured. He's featured as a producer, songwriter on it, but I'm gonna talk about
Mm-hmm.
his project first. Yeah, Ali's Private Suite 3. This is like the 3rd installment of his series. I'm actually on the outro. Didn't really
Ooh.
publicly say that, but now it's like me talking shit. Like it's like the beginning of the project is like, you heard that, yeah, Ali? And then the end is like, yeah, he mixy, he this, he da da da. So it's like
Mm.
funny little banter at the end. But this project is really good, and I see a
Oh.
couple of my friends on Apple Music listen to it, which is tight. To see y'all supporting. I would say one of my favorite songs besides Hot, because it's like a little twerk record, is probably I don't know. I like a lot of them, but I like Back Rubs is a good one. My Moves, and then Still number 10, track number 10. I liked it. It's like a you ever heard a song that like breaks in the middle and then goes to something else? Like I love shit like that that just like breaks
Mm-hmm.
down in the bridge and then goes to a whole nother like thing, but it still ties in. I love that. So those are like my top three. Check that out for sure. And that brings me to
I'm about to
that's what
say, are you gonna forget this?
Jack Harlow?
No.
Oh no, I just wanted to talk about Jack Harlow. What am I gonna forget?
Cuddy?
Oh no. We're
Oh.
not I haven't gotten up to that yet. But Jack
Okay,
Harlow
okay.
is like my next to almost favorite. But Jack Harlow's project, top to bottom, classic. I'm not even afraid to say it.
Wow.
It's a really good project. That's what they all say. It's the name of the album. This is his debut album. I just am so proud because I remember meeting him and his friends, like, and I talk about this all the time, but I really be proud because to see the process, to see people so like committed to their goals and like really making it out
Mm-hmm.
of an industry that's really difficult to break through. Obviously he has the support and he's signed to Generation Now, like, that's like drama and all of them, but
Mm-hmm.
he's been doing it himself. And to see
Yeah.
like you got features from Adam Levine, Chris Brown, Big Sean, Lil Baby.
Adam
First,
Levine.
Adam
Okay.
Levine, same guy. That one's a really good. And Static, honestly, Love is okay. So I'll tell you my favorites. So the one that Yeah Ali actually co-produced with Justin is and Justin made it is on this a lot, but Already Best Friends, and that seems to be a crowd favorite. Like everybody
Oh,
loves that one
cool.
with Chris Brown.
Oh,
So
dope.
yeah, it's a good song. I personally, I like it, but it's not my favorite on the project
Mm-hmm.
personally. But I understand why. It's a very like radio.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It's
very like
crazy
that.
though, because I've heard a couple people say this, but I don't know. I haven't been in like the music. I've been listening to the same shit. So I needed this because I just been over here saving just everything.
Save girl, especially like honestly, one of my favorite tracks, besides Way Out featuring Big Sean, is Love Is Dro. This track number 12 featuring Static
Mm-hmm.
Major and somebody else is on there. I can't remember right now, but Love Is Dro. That shit it's just music to my ears. It's just obviously music to my ears, but it's beautiful. It's so good. And then the single off the project is What's Poppin'. I'm sure you've heard that
Yeah.
so many
Oh
times
yeah.
over. Well, they did a remix with the baby on there,
Yeah, I
so
remember
that
that.
that's cute. Um,
That's cute.
it's cute. Like I don't hate the record.
Yeah,
And
no, I
it,
like
and
the
I heard
record.
it so I heard it so much though, and you would think like by the time the remix come around, what I mean, I would hate. I mean, it's been out,
Yeah.
but I would hate. You would think I would hate it, but it's still good. And I see a lot of friends have tapped into that one too. So great project. Of course, I couldn't forget about Kid
I'm about to
Cudi.
say that's the only thing I did
Girl,
break, and I was like, okay, I gotta listen to Cuddy. I at least
girl,
gotta listen to
please.
Cuddy.
Now, I've had a few conversations with people who said that they don't believe this was the right ending to Man on the Moon. And they felt like it just didn't really give them what they expected out of a Man on the Moon like project. But for me, first listen, I listened to it on loop literally 5 times straight, like laying in my bed, like just smoking and just like staring up at the ceiling. And I just was like, thank you, Cuddy. Like he said
He made that
something,
for y'all. He made that for niggas who was gonna go and do that.
but but this is like different because I feel like he said something. He was very more like introspective, or way more introspective in the fact that he was like helping niggas. Like he knew that it was a tough year for people, right? And
Yeah.
he's like, I'm proud of you. Like I'm sending you encouragement during those times. Whereas his old music was very emo. It was very
Yeah.
emo. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
like this. So I liked it. I like it for that. And then of course, like you know, he has some cool features on here too. I like the one with Trippie Red a lot, and that was kind of people's gripes with the project is that they feel like he sounds like he's trying to be young or something. And I'm like, y'all need to stop disrespecting Cudi when he invented this sound.
That's what
Like, y'all
I'm
talking about he
saying.
sound like Travis Scott. Travis Scott is inspired by Kid Cudi. Don't you ever fucking forget
Thank
it. Even
you.
have you ever been okay? Y'all been to a Travis Scott concert, but have you ever been to a Kid Cudi concert? It is literally one of the those types of experiences. It feels like you're at a Cudi concert when you're in a Travis Scott concert because he has the same fan base. He has the
Yeah.
same sonics. Like y'all talking about, oh, he sounds just no, baby boy, baby
Listen, the
girl.
way the white
Don't
boys
do
be
Cudi.
like, the way the white boys be like, oh my God, Travis Scott just helped me through so much. He just motivates me so much. Is the way y'all was for Cuddy and still are to this day.
Facts. I'm like,
So when I was
don't ever
seeing,
try to talk about he's inspired by. Stop,
bro, when I
stop. Don't
saw it,
disrespect
I
my
said,
man.
y'all, what the fuck is wrong with y'all?
They lost it. That's what's wrong with him. They lost their motherfucking mind. You know, I was really upset. I felt like I knew Cuddy
That's
personally
so
or something. I'm like, don't
disrespectful.
you say that about
But
him?
like, don't, because it's just
Uh-uh.
so, it's so egregious. It's just like, what?
Egregious. Come on, Ti.
But it is egregious. It's like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, y'all just be out
Why
here
did I
saying
just
anything.
anything for the clout? Why did I just realize that the reason they called it expeditiously is because Ti is in the name in the
Yes,
word.
yes.
I
He
didn't
is.
know because I never listened to it and I never
He
really seen it,
emphasizes.
but I see. I never know.
Yeah,
Yeah, now it makes sense. But anyways, Cuddy's a great project. Man on the Moon 3. There's one with Pop Smoke on there and Skepta that was really tight.
I love that one.
Um,
I love that song
mhm,
actually. Which is,
yeah,
and to your point about people saying, "Oh, he's trying to sound like young." I don't like when people say like, if you're a musician, like you're gonna bring your sound to whatever you're gonna
it's
do.
happening. It's
Like,
exactly. It's
so
like, do you not want to? Do you? Because then the argument is like, oh, they still stuck in the past.
yeah,
When it's like music evolves, and all of the elements that we're talking about are current, are all inspired from somewhere else. Music has
exactly.
evolved. That's all it's doing. Don't try to discredit the OG for making music for the times, because
Yeah,
y'all not gonna listen to something that sound old anyway sonically. Y'all not even conditioned to listen to stuff like that no more. You want to hear something like that sounds similar to what you're accustomed to, and that's the way he's gonna sell fucking records. Y'all are
yeah,
stupid. I just hate people who don't know music talking about music. It really irritates me.
yeah. It's just such an irritating complaint to make, and it's like, like you said, do you not want the artist to grow, but also like it's like the same argument when when like their fave breaks off and becomes big, and it's like, oh well, y'all wasn't. Do you not want them to have fans? Do you not
No,
want them to become more popular? I'm confused.
no,
I know they want to become more popular because that means they
you're
make
right,
more money. Do you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you trying to gatekeep a musician when everybody is supposed to enjoy music?
girl.
It's crazy.
That's or
But
just I don't. I always be a little hesitant to talk about music when it first drops anyway. Like that's why I'm happy
yeah.
we record on the following week.
Hmm.
But I feel like it's irritating to that we're conditioned to immediately respond when it, and we talked about this before on the podcast, but it's just like, give it some time, sit with it for a
Yeah.
second. Like a lot of times I don't like always jump up and say my first opinion about a show or a song, because I want to sit with it for a little bit.
Right.
Let me see if I really actually enjoy this, or if I'm just saying it because I'm hype about the artist, or you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
sit with it for a second, and you can get your pet favorites and say, okay, no, I really don't like this, or I really
Yeah.
feel like he was doing some other shit that's not him. You know what I mean? But y'all ain't giving no time. Mm.
Right.
Anyways, this all I get for music.
Well, that's beautiful. That's wonderful. On to the television.
Yes.
So, I've been trying to get back into Hulu because, quite frankly, I pay too much money for this shit to just be sitting there. So, and like Netflix has had such a hold on me. And now I'm at the point where like I'm on the last good season of, or I'm in the bad season of One on One. I'm in the bad season of Moesha. Like I'm not in a rush to finish these shows. And so yeah, either way, that brought me to Hulu, and now I have watched all of a show on there called Big Sky.
Oh,
It's
you
on
watched it all?
ABC. So the finale is tonight, actually.
Oh,
But like
nice.
I caught up when I was
Mm-hmm.
getting my hair done. It is a show, and I remember seeing the previews and like being like, "Oh, that looks good," but it was so long ago that by the excuse me, by the time it popped up on my Hulu, I was just like, you know what? I remembered I wanted to watch that. Like, let me cut this on. And so, yeah, it completely catches you off guard. I'm not even gonna like go into all that it's about. I highly suggest that you watch. You know, some people, I realize that people just always want something bad to say about something, and like some stuff is not just, it's like, is it bad or do you just not like anything? You know?
Right. Or do you just always want to be the devil's
Right.
advocate?
Exactly. Like they be like, oh, it's so like badly, so poorly acted, and this doesn't make sense. I'm like, bro, this shit. Let's get into the twists and turns of it. Like, stop. You doing too much. Just watch the show.
What kind of show is this? Like drama?
Drama, mystery, but it's dope. It's got a beautiful background because they're supposed to be in like Montana, so everything's very pretty and scenic and shit. But it's a
Mm-hmm.
very interesting show. I highly suggest y'all watch it.
Nice.
Then I did you watch the Euphoria holiday special?
With her and her
Yeah,
support, right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We haven't talked about that, huh?
No, we haven't.
It's
Well,
riveting. It's
kudos.
kudos. What is
Kudos
the
is
actor's
Zendaya.
name? The
Coleman
black guy,
Domingo.
Coleman Domingo. Shout out to
Coleman
him. He did a
Domingo.
really great job. He did a really, really great job. That it was just I like because they have another one coming out next year
Yeah,
that will be focused on Jules, and I like that. I like that they're spotlighting, they're taking advantage of this time to have to like to have certain CDC regulations in place to have to record, so they're like taking advantage of
yeah,
spotlighting the characters, or their like specific situations. And in this case it was obviously Zendaya back or not
relapsing.
backtracking, relapsing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was about to say backtracking, but
That it was
relapsing.
just
Yeah.
so powerful, like, and it just makes you think so much about like addiction in all of its forms, and how strong it could be. Like to know that you could say you're gonna do one thing, but you're not gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's, oh man, yeah. Zendaya is an amazing, like, whew, man. What was that, UFO or something?
Yeah, the UFO, they out here in LA, making a little visit before we get our superpowers, or maybe they dropping them off. They might be dropping them off. Y'all dropping off superpowers?
Sis.
Make sure you don't use USPS.
You know what? We gonna get into our superpowers later because I have suggestions for what my superpower should be.
Okay, we'll talk about it. Let me write it
We'll
down.
talk
Match
about it later.
superpowers.
Superpower.
But yeah, shout out to Zendaya, phenomenal actress. Shout out to her, scene partner in that
Yeah,
entire episode for they played the roles very well, and it's crazy because you talk about addiction, and I've just been watching a lot of shows. This noise is so annoying, and I'm really sorry to our listeners if you can hear it, but neither here nor there. I have been watching a lot of shows that center or have that common theme of
hmm,
addiction, and like just coping with addiction, or just being young and having it. Like it's just interesting, like between Queen's Gambit, and We Are Who We Are, which I want to talk about. They both talk about that in the shows, and it's just like really powerful to know that, like,
hmm,
obviously this theme is popular because a lot of people are dealing with it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And
and
not
it's
even just drug addiction, but alcohol addiction, sex addictions, just all sorts of things when coming into finding yourself, and like coming of age, these coming of age stories, these youth growing up and finding yourself, It's just interesting. It's
Yeah.
very interesting. But yeah, I loved Euphoria. I'm really excited for the next episode.
Me as well. Me as well.
When is it? It's in January. I know that
January
much. Oh
25th,
damn,
24th.
damn, that's
Yeah,
a
it's a
long
little ways. That's
time.
my birthday weekend.
Yes, it is.
Mm. But yeah. And then outside of that, I've just been watching Shit's Creek. We were talking about this
So
off camera.
good.
So funny.
So good. So funny. I'm really happy.
Moira.
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 Uh, that's such an interesting name. Moira, excuse me, is my one of my favorite characters on the show.
Absolutely, 100%.
She is so talented. She's so funny. All of them really are like
Yeah.
the shits family. Like they all have such a funny way of expressing humor. Um, y'all know the dad from every popular,
Yeah.
not like 2000s
Eugene Levy. Yeah.
American Pie. Is that what it
Hmm.
was? And that
He's
whole series.
also the cool points are out the window.
Yeah, of course. Bring It
That's
Down the
another one.
House,
Yeah.
classic.
Oh my
Uh,
god, I recently watched that movie because I think they put it on Hulu.
I swear,
And I was like, damn, this movie is hella terrible.
so bad. It's so. Why were we watching that, Brett?
Oh, I was like, oh my god, this movie is so racist. This is so
It's so
incredibly
bad.
racist.
Like when she was, Mama, what
Mama,
about
the maps
tomorrow?
are gonna sell
Still is
tomorrow. Like
tomorrow,
what?
Mama. And Queen Latifah was like, I'm gonna beat this bitch ass.
Bro, the
I would
only
have had
great
to.
part about that movie was Queen Latifah beating that white girl up in the bathroom.
Oh, the best. The
That was just
best.
like, yes, great.
I
Oh
mean,
my
that
god,
movie was just funny though. I really
that
enjoyed it.
movie
It
was
was it
hilarious.
was out of
It was
pocket for sure, but it was
so
funny
many
as fuck.
things, but it was so funny. It's
Like
yeah.
we never would have got the cool points are out the window and I'm all twisted up in a game. We never would have got that. You know what I'm saying? That's classic. I love that. I love that show.
Bro, you
But I
tell
mean, I
me
love that
that
movie.
I'm like, wow, so you in love with me? Wow,
You in love with
you
me?
you love me?
You love me?
You love me?
You love me? I wish a nigga would just say that to me. That is so
You so
romantic.
fucking stupid.
That is so romantic. Write me a card and say the cool points are out the window, and I'm all twisted up in the game.
I'm gonna know exactly what you mean.
Literally.
Mm-mm.
But Schitt's Creek is a great show. I'm on season 2. I know you're on season 1, but
Yes.
it kind of just flows into the next thing, and like it's funny. It's like about a rich family who loses their money and wind up in a small town that they own.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
Very hilarious things. But
So
yeah, that's all
funny.
I have.
Okay, so let's talk about We Are Who We Are. It's HBO's show. It's starring not not just starring Kid Cudi, but he's one of the main characters. He plays the dad of one of the families that we follow in this show. And essentially, long story short, it follows a lesbian couple who one of the mothers or one of the parents becomes a commander for this troop in Italy for the army. And obviously that's controversial in itself. And they're raising a son who has a lot of issues, which we're finding out. One of which I was telling you is like they allow him to drink and he abuses it, extremely abuses like alcohol.
God.
But you see that from the beginning, and just their interactions and the way they raise him is very interesting. And then the other family that they pretty much follow most of the time is connected through the son and their daughter, essentially. So the entire time these group of kids are exploring themselves, figuring themselves out, their sexual identity, their religious beliefs, just the way that they navigate being army brats
Right.
and having to move from place to place constantly. So the show is really fucking good. It actually features Dev Hynes, Blood Orange. If y'all
Oh,
are
dope.
familiar, yeah, they talk about him or that group a lot from the beginning, and then the way it ends is with him and performing and stuff like that. So it's tight. Yeah, it's a really good show. It's a really good show. Cuddy acted his ass off.
Yeah, he can.
I mean,
He
like I knew that in
How to
what
Make It
was
in America.
How to Make It in America, which obviously has a good relationship with HBO, but I kind of
Mm,
knew that from that show. But this show took he's playing a dad, so
mm-hmm.
it's like, and he is a dad, but it just you don't see Kid Cudi as a dad in
Yeah.
real life. So like to see him playing that character, and like he does this really heartfelt monologue on one of the episodes, and it was like one of my favorites because it was a very emotional episode. But he just does it so well and he performs very well. So I like the show. I think that people it's a little difficult to get through. It's a little slow in the beginning. For me, I was tied in because of the way like it's very cinematic, the way that they capture certain angles like of intimacy, where so you might capture a hug with this straight shot, you know what I mean? Like it's a hug, but they just look at things differently. And I think the director or a few of the writers are definitely Italian because it's based in Italy. So I
Mm.
know a few of the writers are definitely Italian, but I think the director is Italian as well. So like just it's filmed in Italy. It's just
Mm.
it's really beautiful. It's really nice. I loved it.
Oh,
Yeah. So definitely check that out. It's 8 episodes.
cool, cool. I definitely will. Okay. So we can go a few ways here. I forgot to talk about Real Housewives of Potomac.
You did. I was like, no reality TV today.
Yo, I'm so sorry. Season or the first episode, the first installment of the season 5 reunion for Real Housewives of Potomac
How many is
came
it?
out. It's 3. So we've got one of 3 down, and boy, it was a
Yeah, I saw that
reunion
read.
for yo ass.
I saw.
Listen, as y'all know, I am unabashedly Team Monique here, just for the simple fact that Candace is a brat, who does not take responsibility for her actions. A lot of these ladies have a problem with that, Monique included as well. But it's just the way in which the ladies ganged up on her and, like iced her out, and, put her actions like made her be the face of all black women. Like it just the whole respectability politics that came with the hypocritical, statements that were made. It was just
It
y'all
was the
know.
binder for me.
Y'all know who I'm with is what I'm trying to say and
Right.
why.
Right.
Um One of the most flawless tag team reads I have ever seen in my life. I heard about this binder. Y'all know I'm real tapped into the Real Housewives world. And so on Twitter, when they first shot the reunion, Monique said something, made a comment about her having a binder. And I'm like, oh my God, this bitch really done came with all these receipts. Like, somebody who like I was ready for mess. And there are some people who are like, "Oh, the binder's gonna be corny," because you have had people in past reunions for different shows on Bravo who like want to bring props. Excuse me, that Canada Dry is doing what
It
it's
does it.
supposed to
It does
do.
what it needs to do.
It's doing what
Mm-hmm.
it's supposed to do. But you have those people who bring props, and it usually either goes like really bad or like really terrible. It never goes well per se. But at this time it did. Monique had a tab for everybody in the binder, and the tabs had names.
Mm-hmm.
Like Last Lady Giselle. That was her tab because she's supposed to be the first lady. She called her the last lady.
Oh, the
Post it.
pettiness.
Post it was for Candace because Candace is in such distress that she leaves being Mary Jane post-its around the house saying that she's gonna be okay. But yeah, she had called Candace Post It. It was, she even had a tab for herself. It was very clear that she was out for blood. And she just had it sitting there. Like she barely said anything the entire reunion. Those last 5 minutes
She snapped.
went for the kill. Okay, and it's well deserved. Anybody who has watched the show knows that Giselle has hated Monique um, for the entirety of her being on the show ever since she told her that she had 4 homes. When Giselle tried to ask her she was homeless. Like it's like petty shit. And it's like
Mm-hmm.
Giselle is like running shit. Like you're 50 years old, you too old to be still trying to be like the head AKA on the yard, sis. Like you're not at Hampton anymore. You've graduated.
Who is that? You
Giselle
said
Bryant.
Giselle? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you too old to be playing these type of games and wanting to be like mean and like this gatekeeper to new girls trying to come around. Like, chill the fuck out. And she was just she's been rude and nasty and jealous of Monique ever since. And so this whole plot, as we talked about on the show before, about them trying to say stuff about Monique's child not being her husband's and trying to create that whole rumor, you know, all bets were off. The fact that Giselle sat there and confirmed that it was that man's phone number. And as much as she lied, you would think she would lie about it. But I mean, at that point, the way Monique was going, she would have just called the phone.
Right. At that point,
Been like, let me
I
see.
was watching them clips like, this is messy.
Yes.
It's a
It's
mess.
messy. It was just shout out to Karen for just really bringing it home and just putting the nail in the coffin. Well, is he coming? No, of course not. Okay, of
Right.
course
That
not.
was hilarious.
Of course not, because he lives in your phone, Giselle. He lives in your phone,
Sheesh.
and that's not really your man. And like her kids don't even, girl. Like it's, you really have to watch the show to see how it's like. Nah, this is karma. This is karma coming back to get you in the ass. And it was just like nobody has ever been able to shut her up like that. She genuinely looks so uncomfortable.
Sucks.
It sucks.
Yikes.
Oh well, I'm very excited to see what happens next week. I want to see what's in everybody else's tabs. I can't wait to get to Candace's tab because for somebody who is so distressed about getting a little wig shifted across the table a little bit, she had a lot of shit to say, and it's like, why you still popping off at the bitch who you know could beat your ass, and I'm confused.
Sheesh. Sheesh.
Why you still trying people when you lost the fight?
Facts.
It's just crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, we can go two ways here. We can go this crazy ass room on Clubhouse talking about Howard it was a PWI of HBCUs. What? Or we can talk about our superpowers that
Our
we
good
hope
guy
to get.
friend, I would like to talk about superpowers, but I'll briefly touch on Howard University is a PWI club room. I mean clubhouse room. Our good guy friend who is a loyal listener, Sir just sent me that
He sent me
screenshot of the room, and I simply could not even allow myself to enter it because I knew it was all fugazi. Um, I just don't understand. It's similar to a hating ass bitch that's always got her name in your mouth and
period.
your name in her mouth
Yeah.
or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. That's what it is when it comes to Howard University. It's
Yeah.
like if you don't know how many times I hear people saying, "I should have went to Howard," or "That's my only regret is not going to Howard
You
University."
know, I was gonna go.
But sucks. Sucks. We can't relive the past. You didn't go. You went to the university that is also accredited. So congrats for your degree, but
We
it's
all,
never going to be Howard University. Okay?
and honestly, listen, now were points made like about Howard people sometimes being elite? Absolutely, but I feel like anytime, you know,
Why isn't Spelman and Morehouse in this conversation? Because they
child, and
be
that's the other
motivated.
thing too, child, because we not the only ones. But I truly think, like I've said it before, I've said it again. I mean, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Excuse me, y'all. Because Howard has so much representation in the media, because Howard is out here actively getting huge checks that are like newsworthy, the girls are like, where are our
How?
checks?
How?
And you know, Mike, class of 2012, I want to get
Yes,
his
I
Twitter
love
name
him.
because I want to quote him
Sir
directly.
Mike. Sir Mike H, I believe.
Yes, Sir Mike H.
Mm-hmm.
No, but also yes. He was basically saying, because I think he deleted it, he was basically saying that anybody who wants to complain about money and like Howard and, you know, notoriety, you need to look to your board of trustees, not to us. Like The board of trustees are there to use their contacts to get huge donations for the schools. If your board of trustees is not doing that, then maybe you need to ask your president, or whoever
Well,
you
like
need
new
to,
ones.
who or elect new ones. You need to ask them what the hell is going on at your university. But also a point was made in the room where there was a young lady who went to Norfolk State, and someone asked her, like, like, if you had a resume from Norfolk and a resume from Howard, you would totally pick the person who goes to Norfolk, right? And she was like, no, like, if the other person was more qualified. And I swear it's like everybody was on mute, but I just heard the most universal, like, because, like,
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a
because no,
lie.
no, 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 no. I really think she was being dead ass, but it's like, that's why
Oh, okay.
Howard is the way it is. And that's why Howard has the representation that we do. And I totally understand what Sis was saying, because if it really came down to it and the Howard person was just like visibly
Shitty.
unqualified,
Yeah, for
then
sure,
of
for sure.
course I'm going to choose somebody. You know what I'm
But
saying?
that's usually not the
But
case
that's usually not the case.
because Howard prepares you to make sure, even if you don't have technically the qualifications, your resume is gonna look the part. You know what
Listen,
I'm saying? We had Carol C. Dudley, okay? I mean Carol Dudley at the school of C. Was it
baby,
C?
baby.
Okay,
Carol
period.
Dudley wasn't gonna let you be out here looking a mess. Okay.
Never.
Ever. And
I
it's the same
saw
thing for School of B, for co-ops,
exactly.
fine
I saw
arts,
a tweet,
especially.
especially. I saw a tweet that somebody was like, Howard taught me to that you're never overdressed. You just look. If anything, if you are overdressed, you're
You
just
just
the
gonna be the
best dressed.
baddest. You gonna be the
You're
baddest
the
bitch in
baddest
the
bitch in
room.
the room. Exactly. And I think that quote alone, that tweet alone, is the definition of why we are so successful in any industry, in any place, and the reason why it seems as if we're elitist. And the thing
But
is,
there are elitist people. You know what I mean? You do have those people
but
who
these
got their
people
nose up.
came from elitist family,
Yeah,
like, you know what
yeah,
I mean? That's
exactly.
their
That's what
fan,
I'm
that's
saying.
their background.
That's why I'm just like, elitist people are everywhere. It's elitist people at it's a there's a problem in the black community with
There's a
people.
problem in the black
I'm
community.
just saying, like, just period, people being elitists, and most of them don't even have the room to be, which is crazy. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there, you definitely have those
Talk
people
about it.
who go to these schools just so they can say that they went and have their nose up in the air at other folks because they know the weight that it holds. You definitely have those people at any school that you go to, especially school. But it's like, what's crazy to me is, one, Howard shows so much love. Like, as students, alumni, we show so much love to all HBCUs, like, period. And so for the response back to us to be all that it is, and it's like, for people to constantly have Howard name in their mouth and want Howard to be like this, it's like, how can you want Howard to be the savior but then say that y'all hear about us too much? Like, literally somebody in the room suggested that Howard should take some of its endowment, because we have the largest endowment of all HBCUs, that we should take some of the endowment and disperse it amongst the rest of the HBCUs.
Why would we do that?
Howard can't even, and somebody came and made the point, Howard can't even save its own students. It can't even bail
Right.
out its own students.
Right.
Like, literally the only reason why, and that's the thing, we people love Howard so much that they are inclined to come back and get Howard. Puts us through the fucking ringer for undergrad, especially grad school. I've heard story, like, period, it doesn't matter who you are. When I graduated, like, I was literally not about to graduate all behind some like $800. Like, that's literally how it was. Howard, I came and asked Howard for this Howard, the same Howard that y'all think got all this fucking money. I went to financial aid begging for 800 and some dollars, and they were like, yes, sis, we don't have shit for you. And you can cry, but at the end of the day, the money is not there. It wasn't literally until I was about to leave campus that same day, like, just like, oh, I don't know how I'm finna do this shit. Somebody called and they got an anonymous donor that paid off my account. Like, shit
I
like
remember you.
that will happen, and it makes you want to give back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just have that type of community. So it's like, and I wish I remembered these people's names. I do remember this young lady. Her name was Sin. She asked the question of, well, like, instead of trying to bash Howard, maybe we need to be asking them what they're doing that fosters, this great sense of
This community,
community
yeah.
amongst them, and makes them want to give back to their school financially in different ways, and makes them want to pull, you know what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
really
because
it's really the experience, which is why I feel like in a couple years, as this next generation graduates, it won't be that same sense of community because they've gotten rid of all of the things that
yeah,
made Howard communal. So
yeah,
I don't know that the future alumni that they're begging, Lord Jesus, that they're begging people for, support from is going to want to support them, like,
yeah.
to be honest. But
And I think
shout out to alum like Ashley Blaine Featherson, who
that's exactly what I was about to say.
who started a program to directly give back to those who are graduating from the fine arts program, through this grant that she actually donated $25,000 to, I believe. Was it
Yeah.
25,000?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was something like that. And it's those things that'll like help foster that, because at the end of the day, like, I think there just always been changes of tides at Howard. There have been traditions that have stayed, that have carried down from like the 50s and 60s, but I'm sure there were things that they did during that time that we didn't do when we went, you know what I'm saying? So I think as the students continue to like diversify, amongst ages, as new generations come through the school, is what I'm trying to say. um those certain things that are just landmarks of Howard, they will always be there, but they're just going to be new traditions that'll be created. I had to accept that because I'm like, I feel like our class, especially like I don't know, our age group, people born in our year, 92, 93, we have just always been met. And maybe it's just me with like, it's just certain things where like, and this is just so minute, but like in elementary school, just we, had trailers. Our classrooms were in trailers, and then as soon as we left,
They had a new school
they had a
or
whole new
new
school.
rooms. Yeah.
Like they had a whole new school in middle
Same
school.
in middle
In
school.
middle school, they literally told us our
Was the
test
last
scores made them give more money to the school, and we came back and went to our middle school like the next year, and it was all new, everything. You know what I'm saying? So much shit at Howard that began to like not be when we were there, and it sucked.
every time we graduated, even high school, it was like we had
Yeah,
to graduate from
we had to
from a
spend our
whole
senior
nother
year
school.
in another school building.
And then it seemed like our class suffered from like really great loss.
Yeah,
We got it's just so many things that we got
so
a short
many
end of the
things.
stick, but we gave a lot to
Yeah,
the university, as well, like started a lot of programs, did a lot of we're very,
yeah.
amongst other classes, like a lot of people in other classes. Howard students are just very, it's just something about being on the campus that really motivates you to want to be the best,
Mm-hmm.
because everybody's the best.
Yeah,
So it's like, well, they're making this amazing films already in undergrad, like I gotta step my cookies up.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, honestly, we don't be never, child. We never have anything bad to say about any other any other HBCU. Excuse me, I cannot talk today. Um, and yet we're always on the tip of y'all's tongues, like the whole
Keep a
name of
bad
the
bitch out your mouth.
just
Per.
like, come on, like can we stop this? Cause swear, like, what's crazy? When bad bitches link up, like, we don't be having this smoke between Spelman, Howard, and Morehouse.
Don't
It's not for
and
real.
don't.
It's not for real. We talk cash shit toward each other, like Howard Morehouse games, cash
Cash it.
shit. But at the end of the day,
We only want to all be great. Like
we
that's the
only
point.
want to all be great. It don't matter where the fuck you went. It don't matter if you went to fucking Wilberforce, Clark, St. Augustine, bitch, Mississippi Valley State, Alcorn, TXU, like nothing, none of them shit. Like, it don't matter where the fuck you went. Cheney, Lincoln, Delaware State, like,
I can't
at
believe
the end of
somebody
the
started that room, bruh. Like I just really can't
and
believe
then
that.
to say that like Howard is the HB, the PWY. Howard, as much as Howard has done for black
Black people,
people,
like you would never
Howard is
in
the
your life call it
PWI
a
of
PWI.
HBCUs. My nigga, you got me bit. What?
Smack dab in the middle of the hood in DC. Talking about, well, it's a little different now, but like at the core,
Please
what?
stop.
Cut it out.
So, oh, y'all just have this air about y'all when y'all walk in the rooms. Baby, we gotta walk in the
If you
room
don't
with the
have a
air
present,
because
say that. If you don't have a present, say that. That's on you, baby boy. All that
but
shit sounds
also but
insecure.
also a young lady made a lot of it was very insecure. But one lady made the point, she was like, if y'all keep saying that Howard gets these opportunities that other people don't, which is true. Howard is put in rooms that a lot of smaller HBCUs don't, have the opportunity or given opportunities that a lot of HBCUs don't get. But when we walk into these rooms with these folks, we represent all of
Everybody.
us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's so of course we gonna walk in there like the bad bitches that we are and be the bad bitch and excel and exceed. So then we could come and we could bring in more folks that look like us. Most of them folks might be from Howard because we put on for our own, but still, like,
I'm so sorry. Jesus
no,
Christ.
that's me.
Oh, that was you. Okay. Yeah. Let's move along to December 21st, when all of our superpowers are going to be activated as a Black community, so that everybody can feel as superior as that of a Howard University graduate. What would you like your superpower to be, or would you like for me to go first? Okay. I would love the superpower of I didn't really think about this, so it's kind of, I mean, I've thought about it, but it's
I
kind of
think if
difficult to
I
put.
was, I can start actually.
Okay.
I think if I was given the ability to teleport, I would enjoy it. Not
Excuse me.
necessarily across time. I don't want to mess up the space time continuum or anything like that.
But across
But
places.
across places, like I want to just be able to just be like, um, in the bank, and just
Cash this check.
mm, you know what I'm saying? Like I just want to, place myself where the money is. Or I just want to be like, in the lotto
I'm where
office.
the money
Ooh,
reside.
where the money reside, where the
Where
money
the money
reside, where the
reside, where
money
the money reside.
reside, where the money reside. Okay, period. That's all I want to be. But no, teleportation. If I could, I wouldn't want to read minds. If I had the
Mm-mm.
gift of
Trust me,
tongue,
you don't.
if I had the ability to speak any language, I would love that. To be able to
Okay.
communicate in any language.
I think that's a great language. I mean, a great power. I definitely would say teleporting would be my number one, or the power of, like, not to necessarily control, or maybe like the power of resource.
What do you
I
mean?
know. I don't know. That I just have an abundance of resources, whatever resource I need,
Ah, yeah,
that I could just
yeah.
boom, $1,000. I need $1,000. Or boom, oil rig, or
Mhm.
boom. Uh
That's what
I
I
want
want my superpower to be. I just want my superpower to be making money appear, making anything I want appear out of thin air.
anything.
Anything.
Now the thing about superpowers is
No,
that
no,
always
you're
there's
right.
always
That's
a catch. There's always a catch.
right.
The thing about
No,
superpowers. So it's like, if you were able to make anything appear out of thin
no, I take it
air,
back. I take it back. I have
you'd
to
be like,
specify. I want money
dick, and
to
then it just be
appear.
a dick that is fun.
I'll be like Yaya Abdul Mateen the second.
But then he appear, and then what?
I don't know. We chat. No. We talk about life. We talk about the world.
But you don't think he would be
I
a
grease
little
his scalp.
alarmed
I don't know. Like
to be in a random person's presence at that moment?
I don't know. We haven't thought it all out. I told you I don't want to. No, that's not gonna be the one. That's not gonna be the one.
I think teleporting is a good one though.
I think teleporting,
because it's like imagine like I want to go to Tokyo. I don't have to think about the flight. At least I can just know when I get there, I'm there.
Or if I could just time travel short distances, like, you know,
time travel has just never worked out in
no,
any
yeah, actually,
TV
no.
series, movie,
I just want to get
nothing.
the lottery number so that I can hit. So
Well, then you
whatever.
would have to.
What? What?
I just feel like there's always going to be a then. But I don't think the infinite resources is a bad idea.
You know what? There was somebody, Zazie Beats or Zazie Beats, her character on Deadpool 2, her superpower was like probability.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So if I could do that and just guess like the lottery numbers for like a week straight.
But then after the lottery, then what? Then you just have the probability.
Then I'm just like, okay, what's the chance of this? What's the chance of that? I don't know. Like
you out here the chance doctor. Everybody coming to you.
But then
What's
I
the
would
chances of
they
me
would
marrying
probably
Abdul?
right. They would probably like ban me from all casinos and like betting and shit. Cause I'd be like, I'm just gonna go to the horse races and be like,
That's the one.
not Seabiscuit Jr., bro. He kind of weak. That's not his daddy's son.
That's not it. He is not his daddy's son.
He is not his daddy's son. But
that's funny.
I don't know.
Yeah, no. I mean, well, shit. Girlfriends and guy friends out there, chime in and let us know what your superpower would be before the 21st hits and what you predict in your superpower
before it happens.
Before it happens.
We all
activate.
Do we like get like
activate?
I don't know. Will we all like form together like Voltron or something? Will we be able to fuse like on Steven Universe? I don't know. Like, does like the superhero outfit come with the times? Like, will Edna Mode appeared and like give us
style us all?
Hello, darling. Like already ready. Here's your suit, bitch. This is what you're supposed to do. I don't know.
Probably, honestly. I mean, I would expect.
Are we gonna be less. Like Up Away, the Disney Channel original movie where the black people were superheroes and their kryptonite was foil? I don't. Which first of all was so anti-black because black people love aluminum foil. We love foil.
You put foil just straight in the oven.
You can put anything in foil. Okay.
Grease.
Greens. You ever just made a whale in the foil and just put cake in the foil, meats in the foil?
You toast your bagel in the morning, you put that in that foil.
Okay, you put foil in your air fryer. You put foil on and put that shit on everything.
Put that shit on everything.
So for y'all to make foil the end all be all for us,
for black
who wrote
people.
That?
A black person for sure.
Robert Townsend.
I'm talking about Robert Townsend.
Robin Hood.
Yeah. Shout out to the superpowers. Shout out to this episode. This was a good episode. I'm excited.
It was. I just hope y'all don't hear all this foolishness in the back of me, but okay.
I don't hear nothing.
Oh, beautiful, wonderful.
Yeah, you good.
Awesome.
But yeah.
You got a great business.
Let me think about it. I don't think that I do have a black business.
You know what? Week. I don't either, and that's okay. Because
I do have a black business. I feel like there is somebody I'm missing that I came across recently that was a good black business. But if I think about it, we'll add it and we'll share it on our social media channels. But for this week, for this episode, we've given y'all a lot of blackity black things. So just enjoy that. Support Howard University for all the alumni.
Donate 1867. Right. Yes. And donate to your local HBCU. Donate to all of y'all schools. Okay.
Yep, absolutely. And just know that Girlfriends are in support of all things black, all things HBCU. Period.
And for all y'all niggas. Like, what? Y'all better act like y'all know who y'all are. Tennessee State. I don't want to hear y'all out here talk about Howard. Oprah went to Tennessee State, nigga.
Come on, somebody.
Stop.
I know a lot of great people that went to Tennessee State.
Stop playing.
Yep.
It's a
Yep.
lot of great ass black people that have come from all the HBCUs. The key is getting their ass to do some shit.
Come on, somebody. But yeah, so shout out to everybody. We love y'all. Make sure that you follow us on all social media platforms at Girlfriends Pod on Instagram and Twitter. You can like us on Facebook at Girlfriends Pod. And you can go to our website to find all these episodes, plus the small black businesses that we have talked about in the past
Yes.
at www.girlfriends.com. You can also follow us individually. I'm everywhere at Sammy Approved.
And I am everywhere at E Told You So.
Awesome. We'll see y'all next week,
Bye.
hopefully.
Oh, will we
uh,
know? Because it's Christmas.
doesn't it feel like Christmas? I
It
mean, I
feels
figure we might.
lovely. Feels
Okay, so we won't. That's fine.
lovely.
We'll give y'all a gift of something else soon, actually, on our
Oh,
website. So y'all make sure y'all have your coins ready
oh,
and a
get
good
them
vocal,
coins
obviously.
ready. Get them coins ready. Whoa, whoa.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.